Live from the House of LeMay Makeup and Dressing Room.
Here comes Amber, stop what you're doing. Here comes Amber, she's just doing what she can. Here comes Amber, cue the spotlight. Here comes Amber with 2 drinks in her hand. The matriarch of fashion, from sequins to her glasses, you can't look away. Ask her, does she do it? There's really nothing to it. She's got that feminine gaze. If you have a party, or if you're feeling naughty, call up the House of LeMay. Here comes your favorite gal. Here comes your queen. Here comes the talk of the town. It's Amber Live tonight. The music starts to play, and it's time for cabareting on Amber Live tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn off all cell phones and get ready for your host, Amber LeMay.
Thank you. Here we are, episode 34 of Amber Live. Deep breaths, everyone. Deep breaths. We survived, and I think we're a little better off than we were last week at this time. Maybe not quite as good as we had hoped, but still, we're here. And with all the good news, there's got to be some bad. And today we heard that Alex Trebek passed away. Yeah, it wasn't a big surprise. He was 80 years old. He had been living with pancreatic cancer the past couple of years, but how sad. I mean, looking forward to hearing him every night. And, I remember back in the 70s when he was the host of a show called Wizard of Odds. Oh my goodness, I have a crush on him. Look at him. He had that nice Mike Brady afro haircut and those suits of the 70s, the polyester wide plaid suits. Oh, but he was as cool back then as he was until he passed away. So I'll just say it's a little sad because he's going to be missed. But I was curious. I remember the original production of Jeopardy back in the 60s. It came on at noon. Does anybody remember who the host of that original show was? If you remember, put it in the comments, okay? We'd like to see if anybody knows who that was. And maybe we'll pass along a little gift for you, too. All right? So Alex, we're going to miss you. And it'd be interesting. Who's going to be the new host? That's going to be cool to find out. All right. Donald Trump's not doing anything. Oh, no. All right. But let's talk to Russell and see what's going to happen the rest of the night. Hey, Russell.
Hey, Amber, how are you?
Oh, all right. Not too bad. We've survived.
We have, and it was a gorgeous weekend for it.
Yes, it was so nice here in Vermont.
So, look, Larry wants to know if you were the original host of Jeopardy.
No, I was young at the time. No. So, Russell, what do we need to talk about?
Well, first up, we do want to talk about amberlive.tv, the website.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it looks something like that, although it is changing all the time. And everybody, you can go to amberlive.tv and you can check out lots of things about Amber and Lucy Belle and other House of LeMay, past history, things like that. We have a couple of great areas on there. There's the store, and I know you hear us talk about that throughout the evening at different points. We have some new designs that we're releasing tonight, so you'll get to see them during the show. Stay around for the whole show because we're releasing new designs at different points in the show. And we also have added in Lucy Belle doing bitching in the kitchen lately, teaching you how to cook it, at least the way she cooks. And she has started fires already while doing it. So we've moved her hairspray to non-flammable. But if you go to the amberlive.tv, you can find the actual recipes that she's using.
Yes. Yeah. So we're going to be adding more stuff to that page. So keep checking back. Now, Russell, TikTok. I want to thank you for doing that because I don't do it. Sure, I'll
You
get
spend a lot of time on it. You just don't do anything with it.
if you aren't on TikTok, if you have some time to waste, get on there. Some nice short clips. And Tuesday when things were up in the air, we did a few TikToks. Russell, why don't you share those? Wisconsin?
I've been dancing in my room, swaying my feet, trying to
Michigan.
get love, and it goes on the cheek. Cotton candy skies like I'm stuck in a dream. And I'm
Arizona.
you're the one that I need. Dancing in my room, swaying my feet, trying to get you love.
Okay, well, now Trump's going to hire more lawyers, and then Biden's going to hire more lawyers. Is it too late to go to law school? Trump and his lawsuits, more like clown suits.
It's Florida Man Friday. You can't make the shit up.
We have some fun, and on there, and we're approaching 3,000 followers. So if you're on TikTok, come on over and follow us if you would, please.
Yes, give us a follow and help us grow there too. Amber's growing everywhere, as you can imagine.
The COVID-19, yeah. We won't get into that.
Lots.
So Russell, I hear we have a new bustier.
We do. We have added to our bustiers, and this week Jessica Butt has joined in. She very kindly gave us some support, and you can see there's our list, including our super bustier, Riel Masson, who always helps us out or has helped us out greatly over the course of this 34 weeks we've been doing this. If you would like to join the bustiers, it is a huge help to keeping the show going. You can send us your support through Venmo. Down at the bottom there, you see @RJDPro. And that is the address on Venmo to help us out. And truly thank you all that have done it. Thank you for those that have repeatedly helped us. It really does keep the show going. And if you send $25 or more, you get one of these great stickers. Just don't forget to send me your address so I can send it to you.
Yes, please. It's very nice. But, we're doing this for fun, but, it does cost some money too. So what the hell? But thank you very much for your support.
And I promise none of it goes to Amber's vodka.
No, I do that on my own. Yeah.
Support yourself there.
Definitely do that. So do we have a picture for captions this week?
We do have a picture for captions this week. And remember to send us your funniest caption that you think of, label it as a caption so Jack knows what it is. And we'll put them up at the end of the show. And there's the picture.
If you didn't see the clip of that when it actually happened, it was very, very funny. But what are they saying? What's going on there?
So send your captions to Jack and have some fun with it and get a few laughs and relaxation in tonight.
Oh yeah, we love the comments. Yeah, go in and throw some comments in there, ask some questions, and we'll take care of that. All right, let's see. Guests. Who are our guests tonight, Russell?
We have a list of guests for everyone tonight. We are we invited back everyone who had been on the show who was running for an office this year. And we have like 5 or 6 people. We have Brian Chia, we have David Zuckerman, we have John Killacky, Jessica Benham, Chris Caputo. It is people from various states around the country who
Taylor Small. Got to remember Taylor Small.
Oh, and Taylor Small. Oh my God, my fault. Yeah, and so the list keeps growing. Thank you for reminding me. And we're going to hear from them as to what happened and what their next plans are now that whether they won, lost, tied, who knows? Maybe there's a runoff. You'll find
Who
out
knows?
tonight.
Who knows? Oh, Russell, I forgot to tell people to like, share, and subscribe.
You did way back at the beginning. Let's not forget that. So if you can help us out by following us on YouTube or Facebook or wherever you are, we do recommend you watch on YouTube because you get a higher resolution picture of Amber and she looks even better there. And you can send in your comments and you can see Jack's watching the comments and replying to some of them. So that's about it for tonight.
That's
we have
about
the
it.
guest.
Yeah, we have so many guests. We're not going to do a quiz tonight, so but we'll be back with the quiz and the top 5 next week. But we want to make sure we get enough time to talk to some of our guests tonight. So thank you very much, Russell. I'll catch you later on.
All right, bye.
All right. Yeah. Oh, whew. We do have quite a show. But you know what time it is? Do you know what time it is? It's time for. My headlines, yes. Well, the number 1 headline is Joe Biden won Pennsylvania, which put him over the 270 electoral vote threshold Saturday morning, making him our 46th president. Oh, how satisfying was that? Across the world, people cheered, danced, celebrated in the streets. You know, I don't know if they like Joe Biden, but I do know they're not sad to see Donald Trump go away. Yeah. Now, Kamala, that's all, practice it. Say it together now. Kamala Harris is vice president. Our first woman, our first African-American, our first Asian, so many firsts. She done broke all the glass ceilings. Girl, you go. Oh man, she's going to be fun to watch. And, you know, watching everyone celebrate, I finally connected with that Munchkin scene in The Wizard of Oz. You know, ding dong, the racist, sexist, grab him, grab him by the pussy. Luck is in the cages, orange skinned, etc., is dead. Oh, now how do I join the Lollipop Guild? I'm always in for a good sucker. Speaking of Trump, while the rest of the world celebrated, he hid in his own bunker on the 9th hole of his Virginia golf club. Yeah, the golfer in chief was at his private club surrounded by his closest friends. And by friends, I mean customers who pay a fee to be at his club. This loser has not conceded, and nor have his enablers in Congress congratulated the president-elect. In fact, he and his legal team are still pushing the BS voter fraud story they've been pushing all summer. Okay, but now this story is good. Yesterday, the president sent his crack team of lawyers, led by former mayor and undead vampire Rudy Giuliani, to do a press conference in Philadelphia. That sounds logical. Trump tweeted that the conference would be held at the downtown Philadelphia Four Seasons Hotel. Oh, that sounds nice and classy. But something must have happened along the way, because the press conference was actually held way outside downtown Philly in the parking lot of the Four Seasons Total Landscaping business. It's a local lawn care company next door to a Fantasy Island sex shop and across the street from a crematorium. And we're supposed to believe these are the guys who discovered 40,000 fraudulent voter ballots? I bet they were driving around trying to find the actual Four Seasons Hotel, and Rudy piped up and said, oh, I know where the Four Seasons is. It's right next to the dirty bookstore I used to go to. Trump has reportedly said that the Secret Service will have to drag him out of the White House, kicking and screaming. Donnie, you saw everyone dancing and cheering. You don't think we'd all pay to watch that show? To quote our president-elect, will you shut up, man? 73 days. 73 days. Anyway, congratulations to 2 people who now have job security for the next 4 years. No. Well, I guess they do too, but I meant President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Harris. Whew. And that's this week's headlines. All right. So, yes, we've invited some of the political guests that we've had prior to the election back to find out how they do. So our first guest is newly elected state representative from Pennsylvania, Jessica Benham. Jessica, hello there.
Amber.
Welcome back.
Thanks for having me back.
Oh, well, we're so happy. So you ran unopposed, is that correct?
No, I had a Republican opponent.
So how close was it?
I came away with about 62% of the vote.
That's enough. That's enough.
I am quite happy with that margin.
Yeah, and you're in Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh was quite in the middle of things this week for a while. Was your district involved?
Not so much. My margin was big enough that we knew fairly early on that I was going to win. It certainly, at a certain point, there's not enough ballots out, to make up the difference. But we're still waiting on results for some of my colleagues, potential colleagues, and we're waiting on the last batch of provisional ballots to be counted. We had several different categories of ballots. We had the mail-in ballots, we had the in-person voting that happened on election day, and then we had provisional ballots that were cast as well if there had been some kind of mistake or people were trying to figure out if they were legally eligible to vote or not. Particularly, there was some confusion around the mail-in ballots. So counting has been something else.
So, all right. So the Pennsylvania House now has a Republican majority. Is there any chance of that changing?
Unfortunately, not. So, we're incredibly excited that Joe Biden won the state. A lot of people organized really hard to make that happen. But unfortunately, down ballot Democrats were not quite so lucky. We lost at least one statewide office to the Republicans, our Auditor General, and our state treasurer is in a tough fight. I don't know if he can make up how far he's down, but our Attorney General was reelected. But then in the State House and the State Senate, we have lost seats or remained about the same.
All right. So you are a member of the LGBTQ community. So what's the number of those you in the State House there?
There are 3 of us who are out. So it's myself, Brian Sims, and Malcolm Kenyatta.
Yeah. Okay. Brian Sims, I told you, give him my love. All right.
You told me that. And then when I was back in the green room, I texted him. So you'll have to have me back so I can tell you what he said. Oh,
I can't wait. I can't wait. So what, are there any committees you'd like to be a part of when you go there?
So I'm really interested in healthcare and in human services. So those are kind of my issue areas that I'm really passionate about. I'm also passionate about education. So we have a health committee, we have an education committee, we have a human services committee, and those I think would be my top 3. But we'll see what all else piques my interest.
Now, is this a full-time gig or it's a year-round?
It is a year-round, full-time gig. So even when we're not in session, we're back in our districts providing constituent services.
Well, how cool. Well, thank you so much and congratulations. And you go, girl. All right.
Thanks,
and we're going to be watching you. Okay.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks
Thank you so
back.
much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, it's so exciting. She decided to run and she got elected. Now she's going to do stuff. That is so cool. Well, another one of our previous guests is from Florida, Chris Caputo. Hey, Chris. Can't hear you, Chris. Oh,
how's that?
There you go. That's better. I could just look at you. That'd be fine.
I was busy shopping. I got a tank top from your website, the holiday one. I'm so excited.
Cool. Oh, you're one of the first. Oh, well, you'll have to send us a picture of you modeling it. So, Chris, you ran for what's the title? City Commissioner?
City commissioner in Wilton Manors. That's right.
In Wilton Manors, Florida. There was 5 people running for 2 positions, and you got one of them.
Yeah, I'm humbled and honored and excited and nervous all at once.
Oh, I'm sure. So what do you hope to do with your new title?
So I think there's a lot of opportunity, or need, frankly, to address kind of coming out of COVID. A lot of our residents here are struggling, a lot of from the service sector. So, we really need some focus on that area. And then certainly want to focus on small business development, sort of reinvigorating our downtown Wilton Drive area and growing it a little bit. So
where exactly is Wilton Manors in Florida?
So if it's a little bit north of Miami, it's just, part of more or less Fort Lauderdale. We're just adjacent to Fort Lauderdale. Amber, if you haven't been, you have to come down. You, of course, can stay with me.
Bye. Oh, you may regret that, but no, thank you so much. So, Chris, there's a little bit of controversy about your election, though. I've been reading in some of the gay news, and one of your opponents didn't have some very nice things to say. Can you share us with that?
Yes. So Juan Malicio, or he's otherwise known as Antonio Biaggi. He's actually, I know him personally. I consider him a friend, even though he was running against me. He was, I think he was disappointed with the results, and they picked up a tweet of him blaming, I think it was the white privileged queens of Wilton Manors for losing the election.
Yeah. So, Chris, I follow you on Facebook, and I know you were out there every day campaigning and having events and just being out there, holding your signs up and stuff. So you really worked for that. Did he campaign as much?
So he was doing a lot of campaigning. To his credit, he was out there certainly at the end. But I think, what resonated with people here locally was positivity and like coming together as a community. And maybe some of his messaging didn't quite come across that way. It may have been a little more attacking, pretty much every other candidate, unfortunately. So I think that sort of blocked his what may have been good underneath it.
And that just doesn't work all the time, does it?
It doesn't work. And we saw, thankfully, the change in presidency right now was getting rid of somebody who sort of attacked everybody all the time.
So was this your first time running for an office?
It is my first time running.
So how long is your term?
So the term is 4 years. And actually, I get officially sworn in on Tuesday. So
how exciting!
Right away.
Well, that's so cool. 4 years. That means you got time to get some stuff done.
I certainly hope so.
Oh, how cool. Well, now, Chris, I just have to tell people that if they want to see more of you, they can see you every Monday night on Miss Richfield's Bingo Bonanza. That's on at 8 o'clock Eastern. And what would you say your title is for that show?
I can come up with no title that would say anything complimentary about me.
Well, it's fun. It's really fun. And, Miss Richfield, we just sit there and we've known her for years and years. So we just sit there and laugh and laugh and laugh at her. And it's always good to see you. And
I can't wait to wear my new amber tank top on the show one day soon here, as soon as I get it.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Chris. Congratulations, and go do good things, okay?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. Oh, that's exciting. So it's such a positive energy, and he's going to do good things for Wilton Manors. So congratulations to Wilton Manors. You did good by voting him in. Let's see. All right. So, Russell, I think we got a message from one of our sponsors. Hey, Amber LeMay here, and I see you sitting on your couch with that Cheeto-stained T-shirt on. You need some new T-shirts, and have I got a deal for you. Go on over to amberlive.tv and check out my merchandise. One, there's a T-shirt that says, "Don't blow it, vote." Has my picture on it, of course. And then there's another one with me saying, "Surviving 2020 with 2 drinks in her hand." Hey, how are you surviving? Anyway, go over there and you can order T-shirts, mugs, hoodies, sweatshirts, tote bags, and even beach towels. Oh, it's great designs and all for you at amberlive.tv. Go and order yours right now. Let's get back to that great show.
And you can get great products like this Amber Live mug at amberlive.tv. We have the 3 original designs that we did, the Amber Live logo, the Don't Blow It Vote, and Surviving 2020 with 2 drinks in her hand. And as Amber mentioned, they are available on mugs, on t-shirts, on hoodies, on tank tops like Chris just bought. Thank you, Chris. And we also have beach towels available. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the show, we do have some new designs that we are releasing. This one is surviving the holidays with 2 drinks in her hand, a great picture of Amber in her holiday outfit. And we have another announcement that I didn't mention earlier. We now are starting to release a line of face masks. So if you'd like to have Amber all over your face, you can. She is available, believe it or not. So just go to amberlive.tv and you can order away.
Yes,
and,
yes.
They make perfect gifts for the holidays. Order
Yes.
now because, somebody's been messing with the mail system. So you better order early.
For friends and foes. Yes.
Exactly. And boy, do we have a foe who loves his T-shirt.
Oh, who's that?
Yes, well, he's been out and around again. It's our friend Mark. He never wants to be seen, but he was all over P-Town this summer.
Yes. Spiritus Pizza. Mark, I know how much you like your Spiritus Pizza. We do have those shirts in larger sizes, so you might want to order one soon.
Now, Amber.
All right. Is anything else? Let's see. Oh, we have the caption picture.
I do want to remind people of the caption picture. Send in your funniest captions, and Jack will bring them up at the end and get your caption on the air and for some great laughs.
Oh, there's so much there in that picture. The mask under the nose, the cargo shorts, the beer barbecue freedom shirt. There's a lot
of everything.
A lot to digest there. All right. So, we started a new segment last week, and the response was great. So, let's go with episode 2.
Here she is.
Bitchin' in the kitchen with Lucy Belle.
Hey, it's Lucy Belle LeMay, the reigning queen in Beaver Pond, here again with another Bitchin' in the Kitchen, coming to you from my kitchen in the hot damn trailer park in Beaver Pond, Vermont. Yes, today I'm going to show you how to make a Thanksgiving dinner in a pumpkin. Yeah, because I know a lot of you will not be able to go home for Thanksgiving, thanks to the COVID. And a lot of you will just be stuck at home by yourself or either with just a couple of friends. So here's a good way to celebrate Thanksgiving, and you don't even have to make a big old turkey to do it. Now, what you will need is, to start with, is 2 little pie pumpkins, similar to this one right here. And 1 yellow onion, celery, carrots, 2 cloves of garlic, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, so you can rub it on the outside of the pumpkin, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, half teaspoon of ground black pepper, 1 pound of ground turkey, half cup of dried cranberries, 1 box of sage stuffing mix. Or you can make it from scratch if you like, but I'm going to make it from scratch. I'm going to make it from scratching it right out of this box. Yes, that's the easiest. And a cup of chicken broth or turkey broth, either one. So why don't we go ahead and get started? We've got our pumpkin all cleaned out and the guts taken out and all cleaned up and ready to go. And we've got our oven preheated at 400 degrees. And, oh yeah, and one thing you want to make sure you wash that pumpkin real good. And here we go. We've got our chopped onions, celery, and carrots and garlic. And we're going to saute those in some butter there. And we're going to usually saute them about 3 minutes or until the onions become, a little translucent. And then we're going to add a little turkey. Yep, our ground turkey. And we're just going to let that cook and let it brown real good, okay? And after that browns for a while, for a couple of minutes, probably about 5 minutes, you're going to add the chicken broth and the cranberries. And you're going to bring that up to a boil.
Now it's time for the stuffing.
Just turn the heat off. Once it starts boiling, just turn the heat off and let all the moisture absorb into that stuffing mix. Oh, but let me tell you about my bitch this week, okay? Our COVID cases are going up in this state. And we can't quite figure out why. It all started with the sporting event first, but I've got a funny feeling it's all these people that think it ain't going to happen to me, and they're going out of town, seeing their friends and family in those red zones, and then coming back into our beautiful state of Vermont and infecting everyone, and they're not even realizing it. So please, please stay at home. Or if you go to a red zone, come home and quarantine for your 10 to 14 days like you're supposed to. And some of you know who I'm talking about. Now, let's go ahead. I think everything is pretty much done here. So let's go ahead and stuff our pumpkin and get it in the oven.
Now it is time to stuff the pumpkin. Oh, look at that. Yes. Doesn't that look good? That's just right up to the top. It's ready for you.
Oh, our pumpkin is done. Oh, and you know how we can tell that it's done? We're gonna fork it. Oh, it's done. Oh yeah. Now let's see how it tastes. Woo, hot, 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 hot. Oh. Mmm. Just like Thanksgiving dinner. So good. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
Thank you, Lucy Belle, for your not only your recipe, but for your health guidance as well. Yeah, you can find that recipe on amberlive.tv. It looks good. Yeah. Yeah, leftovers would be really great too. So thank you so much, Lucy Belle. She's going to be back next week with a special pumpkin pie recipe. Yay. All right. Now, welcome back. One of my favorite people in Vermont, our Lieutenant Governor, David Zuckerman. David, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Amber?
Oh, fine, David. David, you came on the show. You were the Democratic nominee for governor, and things didn't turn out well for you this week.
I got clobbered. There's no other way to say it. Clobbered.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Well, it was interesting. We knew it was going to be tough with COVID, and of course, Vermont, for those of you around the country who don't know it, has been doing generally either best or right near the top in terms of keeping COVID at bay. We have a wonderful citizenry where people are looking out for their neighbors, wearing masks, washing hands, doing things that some people in other states are choosing not to do because they have the freedom not to, even though it would be simply looking out for your neighbors and your health. Our governor's done a good job, and really he's been on TV 2 or 3 times a week for two hours at a pop, and there was just no way we could break through that. And we knew it was going to be uphill, and that just kind of sealed the deal. And many people have reached out and said, I would normally vote for you, but I've got to thank the governor. I want to keep that leadership with COVID. I agree with you on the issues, David, but I got to keep him at the wheel while we're going through COVID. So I don't take it personally because of those nice comments I've gotten, but yeah, he crushed me. That's all there is to it.
Now, David, I have heard many other people say the same thing you just did, that I love David, but Governor Scott's doing a good job and we need that continuation. Yeah. So
it happens.
It happens. So you've been in office how many years now, between representatives,
22,
Senate, and Lieutenant Governor?
22 of the last 24 years. That's right.
So when you get in your car, will it automatically just go to Montpelier, or
it just about knows the route? That is true. Although now I'm going to have to teach it to go somewhere else. We're not sure where yet. There's a potential job in Montpelier. There's a potential job in Burlington. There's a job right here on the farm. We're going to figure out whether we want to keep farming as the scale we are. I've had a lot of people reach out and say, don't disappear, stay involved. And so, that there's just lots of choices and options. It's a little overwhelming while I'm sort of just trying to put life back together.
So David, yes, you're a working farmer. How many acres?
And thank you, Michael, for that comment. I appreciate Ward 8. we raise about 18 acres, 20 acres of vegetables, about 1,500 meat birds, about 40 or 50 hogs. So it's a lot going on.
Yeah. So how many people do you employ?
We have had 3 or 4, sometimes 5 year round, and usually 4 to 7 seasonal employees.
Is that all?
Well, there's good equipment out there. We have cultivating equipment, and that helps with a lot of the weeding. But they work hard. They're great folks, and we have a mixture of both folks locally as well as 3 Jamaicans, and those guys work about 70 hours a week. So those
Wow.
3 probably do the equivalent of about 5 people.
Right.
They want to work. They just want to work. They're here to work. So yeah, that made a little bit less. We used to have about 12 or 13 total people. Now we're down to about 10 or 11.
So what are you going to be doing the next couple weeks?
Well, the next couple weeks is just cleaning up life. When you run for statewide office, everything gets put to the side, whether it's cleaning the office, whether it's running the business. We've got, cold weather coming, so we got to finish up some things on the farm. So finishing a couple projects. I've got firewood to cut. Living in Vermont, you got to heat with something. So we heat with firewood. And that, and then looking at what those next jobs are and potentially applying for those. So, my plate is full, but not nearly as full as it was trying to get all over the state, running for office.
So, David, I know I see you a lot at the farmers market in the summer, and the past couple of years at the Winters farmers market in Burlington. What's going to happen this year? Are we still going to have one?
Yeah, there's only going to be 2 quote winter markets, and they're going to be outside. So
Wow.
November 19th, so just shy of 2 weeks from now, we have one. And as long as the weather's warm enough, we can, it's got to be above freezing for us to bring out the vegetables. And then one outside just before Christmas. I think it's on the 21st, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, all the different holidays. But the 21st of December. But then there's not going to be any the rest of the year because we had been indoor up at the University of Vermont. And as you all know, indoor group gatherings is not exactly the perfect situation with COVID. So we're going to try 2 outdoor markets, and that's going to be it.
So how's this affecting your business, your bottom line?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a big deal. We this summer only did about 40% of our normal sales at the farmers market. So that meant tens of thousands of dollars less. But our CSA was up. This winter, we're probably going to wholesale more. And of course, since I'm not going to be in the legislature come January, we unfortunately won't keep quite as many people on board. So our costs won't be as high. But yeah, we've got I don't know 60,000 pounds of food, and we'll sell it to restaurants and stores through the winter.
Well, David, nothing but the best of luck to you, and thank you for your 22 years of service, public service to the citizens of Vermont. And I look forward to finding out what's next on your in your horizon.
It's always been a pleasure and an honor. Many, many people have sent me a lot of kind words. I don't know yet whether this is the end or not. There may be more campaigns in the future, but for now, it's a little bit of a break. And thank you for that, Amber. And congratulations to your other guests who have won. That is fantastic. Really exciting to see those victories.
All right. Well, thank you so much, David. Nice seeing you, and take care, buddy. All right. Oh, what a good person. What a good person David Zuckerman is. And I want to thank him again for his 22 years of service. So now we're going to move. We went from the State House into the House of Representatives of Vermont. So first, I'd like to bring on Brian Cina. Brian, hello there.
Hey, Amber.
Hi, Brian. All right. So, Brian, you got reelected to your 3rd term.
Yes, I did. I didn't have an opponent. So myself and my district mate, Selena Colburn, we both just won our primary and our general election race without any opposition, which was actually a relief considering how difficult campaigning was during this year with the pandemic.
So the first year you ran 2 cycles ago, did you have an opponent then?
We did. We had a primary opponent in the Democratic primary, but then we had no Republican opponent or independent or anyone in the general.
So, so that, you're moving up there in seniority. What can you do with that?
Well, I think the longer, you do any particular job, the more relationships you build in that position and the more you understand how the job works. And so going into my 3rd term, I have a lot of relationships as well as a lot of connections in the community. instead of campaigning, I spent a lot of time organizing with other Black, Indigenous, and people of color around racial justice issues over the summer. And so I'm excited to go in, working with the racial justice movement in Vermont to keep pushing. Also, working with the Democratic Socialists, in the recovery from this pandemic, we have an opportunity to address the inequities in our society and our economy. And so hopefully we'll be pushing on the state and federal level for solutions, economic solutions to the problems of the pandemic that actually transform our economy and don't just go back to the way it was, which clearly wasn't working and fell apart pretty fast. So
what committees would you like to be a part of?
I've been on the healthcare committee for 4 years. And I don't know if I'll be put back on the healthcare committee because I have seniority now. They might move me somewhere else. So I've been thinking about what other positions I might ask for, but honestly, I'm not there yet. I'm still kind of digesting the results of the election and really focused on working with people on issues in a broader sense, not thinking about it from the committee lens yet.
Oh, how good, Brian. Congratulations. My goodness. You first ran for school board in Burlington and then decided to run for the House. And that's so cool. So you've been elected 3 times now. Congratulations. Let's bring on John Killacky now. John Killacky just got elected to his 2nd term as a state representative from South Burlington. Hi, John.
Hello, Amber. Hello, Brian. Nice to see you all.
So, Brian, you ran unopposed.
Yes.
I did as well. Yes, Brian did, and I did.
John, yes, I'm sorry. Yeah. So John, you've got 2 years under your belt at the State House. What do you see happening in your 2nd term?
Well, it's been lovely to work alongside Brian. I've learned a great deal from him, and he's really led the House to really understand issues with our Indigenous people, the Abenaki, and he and I worked on some of those issues. We were working on a eugenics apology that still needs work. And so I'm hoping that we can move that forward. That's a lot of coalition building there.
Would you go back and talk about the eugenic apology? What's the history of that?
Well, in the 1930s, Vermont had a really ugly history that is not really well known, that they targeted the Abenaki people. They targeted people with disabilities, French Canadians, mixed race people, people of color, and it was truly the white nationalism. It was like the white race, and they institutionalized people. They broke families up. They took children out of people's homes. They burned people's homes down. And so with our Abenaki tribes, literally the people disappeared. They had to be integrated into society to survive. And so, 3 generations later, it's been the societies are so fragmented, and it's something new in recent years. I mean, I think it was 2004 that the governor of Vermont said, well, there are no Abenaki people here. I was like, huh? What are you talking about? And so there's a real reckoning in Vermont that is happening. And I would say that Brian has been the leader in the State House on these issues. And
how exciting.
Yeah.
So John, with you have a little bit of seniority now. So is there any changes you'd like to make in your committee assignments?
Well, I've really enjoyed working on housing, affordable housing issues, and recovery housing issues that I have been learning a lot about and doing advocacy around. So I'm hoping to stay in housing.
Oh, very nice. That's nice that you found something you like and you're committed to it. That is super. All right, so now let's bring on Taylor Small, who just got elected to her 1st term as a state representative and is the first transgendered person to be elected to the State House of Vermont. So congratulations, Taylor.
Well, thank you so much, Amber, for having me.
Oh my goodness, how exciting that must be.
Oh my goodness, it is exciting, especially knowing not only that this is a great movement here in Vermont, but knowing that this is also happening on a national level. And gotta give a shout out to Sarah McBride, who is now holding the highest office that a trans person in the U.S. is holding as state senator over in Delaware.
How cool is that? So the three of you, I believe you all identify as members of the GLBTQA community. How many of the community are in the state house right now?
Well,
we doubled this year.
Yeah. We lost Diana Gonzalez, but we gained 6 new people. So we're going to be a 10-person caucus in the House of Representatives. Probably the most in Vermont history of openly queer or LGBTQIA plus whatever, people.
So is there an actual caucus? I mean,
we meet with Outright, when they come and we talk with the youth. We don't meet regularly, but perhaps with 10 of us, we should.
What's the percentage? How many people are in the House?
Oh, you're testing us, Amber. It's 10 out of 150.
Well,
you carry the one.
But that has to be one of the highest percentages in the country.
But Amber, we also have Becca Belle in the Senate, who's going to be the president pro tem. Okay, and she's a lesbian, so it is pretty extraordinary that Becca Belle, Senator Belle, is going to be the president of our Senate.
Oh, how I didn't realize that. That is very cool. Now, the Speaker of the House is in a recount and may not return to the House. So are you guys going to be involved in any of that? What's going to happen?
Well, there will be, there's a lobbying already, of course, for people are showing their interest. Both people who are elected and people who did not get elected, because you don't actually you can be the Speaker of the House without being a House member.
Amber, run Amber. Amber, LeMay.
I'll put my shoes on. Well, but that's going to be interesting, isn't it?
It's going to shake things up, Amber, because for 4 years, we got into this groove of working with the Speaker and a certain leadership team. And if she doesn't come back, it really shakes up the group dynamic. And especially if we're trying to bond with all these new legislators on Zoom with a new Speaker, it really is, it's going to be hard to predict how that's going to turn out. And, we could get a Speaker who is in the same sort of like mindset as the current one, or we could get a Speaker who wants to take us in a different direction. So really, it's really throwing sort of everything up in the air.
Wow. So I believe her name Mitzi is that her name? So were you in favor? Would you hopefully that she could come back, correct? Even if she wasn't reelected.
This is my first term, and I adored her because she was a consensus builder. As a new legislator, she listened to me. She let me give my opinions on things, and I felt heard. I think she has said if the recount, she's I think behind 20 votes. If that does not go her way, she's not going to return. She's not going to run for Speaker.
Yeah. Oh, that's
and
too
Brian's
bad.
right, because the Speaker determines what's actually going to hit the floor of the House.
Yeah. And for 4 years, I feel like after 4 years of getting to know the Speaker, I felt like we developed a good relationship, and she listened to me and included me in things. And I felt like we had a lot of respect. And so I really am sad that she's not going to be with us. Well, we don't know that yet, but I'm sad that she lost the election. And I hope the recount turns things around. And, on another note, the progressive leader also lost his seat of the Progressive Caucus, Robin Chestnut Tangerman. So we're not only losing the Speaker, who was the leader of the Democrats, but we're losing the progressive leader. So that does shake things up for us.
And it must make it, you mentioned earlier, meeting on Zoom, that really must make it more difficult because you can't read body language. You don't get to know them. You don't get to have those quiet little conversations in the corner. That you guys really got your work cut out for you.
But Amber, sometimes people forget to turn off their camera if they're leaving. And one time, one of the legislators stood up. He's a barber. And he went and gave someone a haircut. And we all watched him during the House giving a haircut. It's like, turn your camera off, dude. Please turn your camera off.
It's a working legislature.
Right. So
Taylor,
had its challenges.
So Taylor, you've gotten a lot of national and international news because of your accomplishment. Tell me about how that's been.
It has been wild. When I entered into this race, I knew that it would have significance here in the state of Vermont and nationally, but I did not quite understand that this would be international news. And I think what has been really resounding from folks is the fact that across the globe, people were watching our election, especially our presidential election, and the moves that we were going in. So to have my race called so early and to have this bright spot or this bright light to look forward to was hopeful and helpful for folks who have reached out, and was kind of that hold of hope when we were waiting for our election results. And thank goodness, I want you to know, I was preparing that I was not going to figure out the election results until the end of the week. So to have that happen this weekend, it was literally, I was on a call just an hour beforehand, like, okay, preparing to wait. And then the news came. So of course, a huge congratulations to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
So, who has reached out to? Have anybody of note reached out to you, Taylor?
A few people of note. Of course, Danica Rome reached back out again. So she was our nation's first out trans legislator. I did have a fangirl moment for those who watch Pose. India Moore reached out. And I think people were actually more excited about the fact that Demi Lovato mentioned me in her Instagram story rather than the fact that I won an election. So, oh, and I guess Sharon Stone tweeted about me. So that is also pretty notable.
Well, how cool that, what does it say about Vermont, where we have 10 out legislatures in the House, and you guys are going to do some great things. And I just want to applaud you for running and for serving, and I look forward to hearing the great things you're going to do. Thank you so much, folks. Thank you.
Hey, Amber, thank you. We love you. We love you.
Yes, we love you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, I never say enough how much I love Vermont, and people like that. I've known Brian for 25 years. I've known John for well over 10, 15. Taylor, I've known for 5 or 6. It is so cool to see them step up and take charge. Thank you. Whew, boy, that was fun. I hear we have a new sponsor. Who could this be?
Hey, this is Rocco Zamboni. And as you know, the holidays are coming up. And as you also know, I got some gambling debts I just quite can't cover. So, I had to start a new business. Rocco's Catering. Yeah, that's right. I come to your house and roast your nuts. The problem is, I'm already booked, so I can't do it. But you can order all these great products. You got t-shirts, you got mugs, we got tote bags, you got muscle shirts. Come on, you want to buy this stuff because guess what? It makes the perfect Christmas gift for anybody. Did you know that you can go to Amber Live TV and just buy this stuff and have it sent to your home? That's what's called shopping. Operators are waiting by or something. Go to amberlive.tv and order now. Hey, just remember, you're nuts if you don't let Rocco roast your nuts.
Rocco, oh, what is this?
Hey, Amber, what do you think? Huh?
Well, I don't know. Lucy Belle might have something to say about you doing some catering.
Well, she can help out with the catering, but really, it's all about me. So she's just going to have to suck it up, right? Quit bitching. Stay in that kitchen.
Well, I'd like to see you in one of those muscle shirts.
Yeah, well, you might be disappointed. Probably not. So,
It wouldn't be the first time.
No, God, no. But I'm thinking, we really need some like Rocco bikinis. Just put my face on each boob. That's what I like, but that's me.
That is you. Maybe we could get masks and they could just put the masks on there.
The masks would be great. That would be hilarious too. Nobody wants to be going through a pandemic without a lot of humor,
So Rocco, you look very patriotic there. You got a flag behind you and you're in the red blazer there. What's up tonight?
Oh, I'm just celebrating, someone won, the president-elect.
Yeah.
All those guys won their things, which is great. Everyone's a winner except Trump. But I'm also thinking of coming up with a new product.
What's that?
Do you know how Trump had Trumpy Bear? A stuffed animal bear that looked like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Oh, it was all the rage for about 2 minutes. Anyway, I'm thinking about coming up with Bitey Bear. And I'm going to stuff it with, I'm going to be recycling. Good for the environment. I'm going to stuff it with shredded up Trump flags. Let's face it, they're just going to be clogging the sewer soon.
I hear they've had to lower their Trump flags to half-mast.
Yeah, it's a shame, right? A lot of people are saying he didn't win because they didn't put enough flags on their trucks.
Oh, believe it or not, I saw a lot in Vermont, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Well, let me tell you, there was parades every weekend. You know what I saw this weekend? Just American flags. And that's the way it should be.
Yes. And I hope they were made in America, too.
Yeah. I know. Why do they make them in China? That's ridiculous.
Well, because we'll buy them. That's why.
So, I don't know about all you people out there. I'm looking at you. Anyway, you going to go buy these products for Christmas? Come on. Who the heck isn't going to buy a Rocco t-shirt?
I'm looking forward to it. That's for sure.
What about a tote bag? If you don't buy a tote bag, what are you going to put all your other stuff in? You're going to be carrying it around saying, I should have bought a Rocco tote bag like Rocco told me, but I didn't. So now I got to carry this stuff in my pockets, and you walk out, you forget to pay for it, they bust you, they throw you in jail, and you miss Christmas.
That's happened before, hasn't it?
A few times, but
Yeah.
I'm going to have the bag. Ain't going to happen again.
Yeah, Amber spent a Christmas in jail, so we'll have to sing about that sometime coming up soon, I think.
Oh.
Yeah,
I think we all want to hear that story.
So Rocco, what's coming up in your neck of the woods this week?
Well, I'm thinking about just staying home and celebrating by watching some porno.
Yeah.
That'll take a few minutes, so I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of the time.
Do you have a particular type of porno you like to watch?
People. What are you into? What are you insinuating? What do you watch?
That's good.
Amber, I don't know. Let me tell you, you're always surprising me.
That's what I try to do. Anything else you want to talk about tonight, Rocco?
Not at the moment. No. Oh, man. I apologize for the technical difficulties. Every now and then I got a white balance.
Okay.
I don't mean that to be a racial thing, all right?
Rocco, have a good week.
You too. Goodbye, everybody. Hey.
It's Rocco Zamboni. Oh, one of my favorite parts of the show each week. Always good to see him. And we've got a special treat for you right now. Watch this.
Girl, I just want to make love to you, girl. And I sure hope that you're a girl. 'Cause I'm crazy about you, girl. You're the kind of girl who's like a girl. So don't ever stop being a girl, or I'll have to find another girl. One who's not into other girls. But I don't really mind if she's into that, 'cause I've never done it with a girl. I love your hair and nails, girl, girl. Have you lost a little weight, girl, girl? Let's go get a salad, girl. We could go out shopping for some brand new shoes. Girl, I would never lie to you, girl. Please don't make me cry like a girl, 'cause I'll just have to fight you like a girl. I wanna testify my love to you. Somebody wanna come and bust a move, but I ain't gonna have it cause I'm with you. Come over to my place and I'll cook for you. Would you like to eat a peach or a food with you? Girl, you got a hand, so let me hold it. If you wanna smoke, then I can roll it. I don't care what other guys you've been with, cause I can bust a rhyme like ludicrous. Later we're taking it down to the floor, bumping and grinding and begging for more. Doing it nastier than Jersey Shore. Baby, by morning, you know we'll be sore. Girl, I remember the first time that I ever met you. And I asked myself, have I ever met this girl before? And I answered, no, she's a complete stranger to me. And I never talk to strangers.
Happy birthday, Jack!
Thank you, Amber. Thank you for that.
Oh my goodness! So that was an original song by you?
Yeah, that is an original song. A couple weeks ago, I remember we were having a conversation about how there needs to be some sort of a PSA to find me a girlfriend, and I'm like, you know, there is already a video that exists with such a theme.
Well, let's see how that works.
I certainly
Girl.
Yeah, it was fun to make, and in just a stark contrast with everything else that's going on right now. It's just kind of a good way to get kind of back to normal, try to regain our sense of humor a little bit, and just kind of take a breath and relax a little bit. It's been kind of a stressful year or four.
Yes. Well, thank you, Jack, and happy birthday. Oh my goodness, that's great.
Thank you.
Jack, how were the comments tonight? Did we have any fun ones?
Yeah, we did have some fun ones. Let's see that photo again of this crazy picture. And I'm just pulling up some of the comments right now. We got Steve who said, I ordered a large portion of freedom, motherfucker. And I got a couple more. I just need to scroll through and find them. We got Just Butt saying, where's my voter sticker? And I got another one for you. The chin strap keeps the beer and barbecue off the chin.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that guy just was screaming, Biden crime family, Biden crime family. And the guy there in the front of the podium just stood there and watched him. And the guy stopped and just casually walked away. The guy turns around back to the podium and says, now where were we? It was just too much.
Yeah, that's good. You know, it's a lot of people kind of who are like that, they get a lot of attention. I really don't think that a lot of the Trump's base think like that. It's just kind of the louder mouthpiece gets a lot more attention, as Trump has really been a testament to. But
the tank top, maybe Amber should have that beer, barbecue, freedom.
Keeps the barbecue in.
All right.
All right. So I don't want to gloat too much, because honestly, this was pretty close and it could have gone the other way, and we would have been licking our wounds. But this is really a time to heal.
Yes, I agree, and that's why I try not to gloat too much tonight, because we didn't get everything we wanted, but I think we got enough what we needed. So let's hope. So Russell, come on in and join us. Russell,
hey, I'm back.
Hey.
Happy birthday, Jack.
Hello, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, what a fun show. I tell you, such nice people, who put themselves out there, who want to do good things, and, more power to them, So, and thank you to everyone who voted, that's,
thank you.
Yes, representational government works when we all participate. So the next time around, we can't be complacent and say, well, I did it last time and I don't need to do it this time. It works when it happens every time.
That's right. Very good.
I do want to say thank you to everyone who worked on Don't Blow It, Vote Again, which was just an amazing event to show. If you haven't seen it, it is on our YouTube page, youtube.com/Amber Live. And you can go there, you can watch the show. There are 20 different performers, actors, comedians, politicians, speakers who all came on in a almost nonpartisan way. We did have one set of comedians who slipped a little bit, but it's a nonpartisan show to get out the vote. But the performances that were done are still worth watching. They are fantastic, and they are well-known people from Vermont and around the country that you will enjoy.
It was very, very, very nice. All right, so Russell, what do we have coming up next week?
Well, next week we are working on a food and travel special. We have two writers, and one's a blogger, the other one's a writer, who both do both food and travel writing, and they have fantastic stories. One of them just recently got named as one of the top influencers on Instagram in the LGBT community. And the other one, I believe, has Vermont connections. So you'll have to tune in and see. Yes, we're keeping our fingers crossed for that, but we're still working out a few details, but you'll have to tune in and check it out. And if we don't get both of them, we'll get some other fantastic guests. In the meantime, don't forget our bustier. If you'd like to support Amber, it's Venmo at RJDPro. We do really, really, really thank all of these people and everyone who will give tonight to keep us, I would say, on the air, but it's more like on the interwebs. Got to keep us going. And also don't forget the store. We now have face masks, and we have lots of new designs. The face masks, I have 3 of them up there now, and there will be more coming because it's a brand new product. They're only allowing us to put up a couple a day. So that one's going to keep growing over time. But you can go to amberlive.tv and you can get all of our fantastic merchandise. Please help us out. Keep us going and growing.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, Russell. Thank you, Jack. Happy birthday, Jack. Enjoy yourself.
Happy birthday.
All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, you know, this is week number 34. People say, are you getting tired of that? No, I'm not, just because of the great connections. I see the comments that you guys are enjoying it. We're all in this together. So let's enjoy each other. Let's meet each other every Sunday night, 8:00 Eastern. I'm going to be here next week. I hope you will be too. Have a good week, everyone. Bye-bye.
Yay! It's time for my favorite part of the episode.
Bug, the show's over.
That's why it's my favorite part.